stories that we bring to you. Okay, you got it. All right, I'm gonna get this right here. Soul catching news. Y'all make sure that y'all go and follow us on that as well. All right, and we're gonna be talking to the family. By the way, we are family as well, but we're gonna be talking to the family of Travis Morris, an inmate that was housed at New Bern County Jail. Situation took place where uh, my family member, uh, their family, lost his life due to unforeseen circumstances. Now we're starting to get a little bit more in depth. We are going to be speaking to the mother, Yolanda Morris. We're going to be speaking to the baby mother, Keisha Riddick. We're going to be talking to the son of Travis, which he really looks like his dad. We call him Little Trey Guy. So we're going to be speaking to them. Actually, we're going to be listening to them on what may have took place and things, right? So this is the update as well, guys. Want to make sure now the situation elaborate a little bit on.
Trey was very vocal during the so-called arrest. He was very vocal, and he talked until they silenced him. We got a call this very day, 2 years ago, on this very day, that something drastic had happened. So the kid, his children, went to see what could have happened. They told the news companies that he had been pulled over in a traffic stop. And when they put him over in a traffic stop, then they booked him and found out. So we all were done. I got to videos. So when I view the videos,
can you give us like a couple of examples if you can?
He had got pulled over, and he resisted arrest. And we all were really thinking that that could possibly have happened.
Right.
Until I fought to see the videos and got a chance to see them this October, almost made 2 years. So when I went in to see the videos, they made it kind of like impossible for me to, like, they didn't really they wanted me to say I didn't want to see them. Because they wanted me to view it by myself.
Right.
But I didn't care about seeing it by myself. Because something kept telling me to view the videos because something wasn't right about the whole story. Right. So when I went in to see the videos, it didn't start with a traffic stop.
Okay, so when you say it didn't start with a traffic stop, we know now from the narrative that that's what they told y'all that they, see.
The video starts out the hotel, and the officer driving up with no blue lights on, no lights whatsoever. He said something to Trey. And Trey had already took the first. He already had opened the first door. He was about to open the second door.
Right.
So the officer in the police car that pulled up, he said something to Trey. Trey said something back to him and proceeded to walk in the hotel. The officer got out of his car, ran in the hotel, and brought him back out of the hotel. Once he brought him back out of the hotel, he started searching him. And the other officers that pulled up, that's when they started recording. Their video starts recording when the officer brings Trey out of the hotel. No traffic stop whatsoever.
And a little bit because we know that Travis had actually contacted you at some point in time during this particular incident.
When I was aware, it was brought to my attention that he was pulled over and then stopped that night due to being out after curfew, was what they said was the reasoning. I had got the phone call that he had been taken downtown, and I called the jail to see about what amount of the bond would be. The officer, well, the CO on duty, gave me that, which was $100,000, and I then disconnected that phone call. I received a phone call back from the jail with the CO and concerned with Trey's actions. They were apparently he was delusional and stating that the CO was the one that he had seen during the arrest, which he wasn't, and he knew that, so he was concerned about Trey's well-being and contacted me to ask me if I knew to give him the medical attention that he needed. Trey was obviously not himself. He was talking, things that, and so I and this deal insisted that he was going to leave him unattended, and that he was also concerned about Trey's situation. That a couple of hours later, that they were calling that he was possibly CO. He reassured me that he was going to get medical attention for Trey. That he was also concerned about the things he was saying, his actions, and things of that nature. So he showed concern to me over the phone, which disconnected that phone call. I did have a little bit of security that they were going to get him the help he needed. Right. Obviously, it didn't take place like that. That CO decided to carry on with his night. And say the last, pretty much lied about getting him the help that he was going to need for the medical attention that he was denied, which in turn he lost his life. Trey was we were together 15 years. We had separated for 4. I have his oldest son, and it's really been hard on all of us losing him, and we feel like he was stolen from us due to negligence, and justice for him is our main concern. Things that's happening in the jails and things, just things that we don't even hear about. We feel like it should be brought to the attention of others, and the sake of his kids, his grandkids, his mom, and things back and forth. That's coming out of the whole situation. It's really been hard for us, and just justice for Trey is what we're seeking.
I was called. You getting mixed stories as well too with the situation that was going on, right?
Yes.
This, that, and the third. What is it that you have found out that makes you believe that he was done? In a good.
When they arrested him, they charged him with resisting arrest of the hotel with flashlights. So while you're searching with flashlights in the car, some more guys came up. They were some. And why are y'all doing this? You did not just catch me driving. Why are y'all beating me?
In the video.
He kept saying that. You did not catch me driving. They didn't even have on blue lights when they approached Trey. The blue lights were off when they approached him. Video. And the video, he said we don't have it. We don't have a video of the traffic stop.
And this is what your lawyer presented to you.
Yes.
As he went about his investigation.
I mean, he are wrong on all levels.
The establishment where this occurred at. Just a little bit. Now, I know some people would say it's hearsay, but this is individuals that you actually gained contact to see what was going on with Travis. So
He said, y'all need to get here and get the video to this hotel because this video, something was really wrong with this arrest night. There was no blue lights at all. They ran all his information and his license plates then. He was already parked. He was parked, so they have to go behind the car and get the car. They didn't want him then.
right. So after that point, what was it that occurred afterwards? After the lawyer. What are the steps now that because I know you can't talk about everything. What is the steps? What is the direction that he is going in when it comes to this particular situation? We knew that it was a time lapse when it comes to statutes and limitations and things when it comes to that.
Well, a lawsuit has been filed, and I just pray for justice.
Right.
I don't want to be compensated to be shut up. My son did not speak verbally that night for nothing. Speak verbally that night for nothing. Nothing. He was not verbally talking for no. He was not verbally talking for no reason. He let us know that something was wrong with this arrest.
Right.
So when they took him downtown, they used an old 2005 from Elizabeth Manor mugshot.
And
Was not. My kids were there, but they did reach out to me through Facebook. Quite a few next door cells in the cell with him, and reached out and denied the attention that he ultimately need to save his life.
so there was actual individuals that was in jail that can attest.
And also we have
That
video
same day, if I'm
recordings,
not
right,
mistaken, is
right.
how soon it was.
Yeah, the same day. Like that evening when we got back from Havelock, we had so many calls from people.
Right.
They really did him dirty.
All right. So, and because I know it's bringing up a bunch of stuff. I mean, we behind the camera right now. Y'all probably don't see my reaction right now, but my reaction is I'm in awe right now because Travis we grew up like brothers. So it's a little bit different because it's actually like I'm looking at my mom right across the street here, going through what we're going through. I wanted to go through a little bit of what we're not gonna dive into the lawsuit because of course that's gonna come out because we do have a press conference or a press release that's gonna happen with your lawyer, right?
Yes.
So what we're gonna do is, because I want to make sure that we make these officers famous, I'm just gonna go over a little bit so that you guys are aware. So if you guys are staying in the Havelock area, the New Bern area, you guys are gonna want to pay attention to this because these officers, according to the reports and things that we are getting, and also this lawsuit that you guys are being made aware of when it comes to traffic, they do not need to be working in the capacity that would allow them to continue to do the things that they have been doing. It's going to lead to a bunch of other things, a bunch of other questions, a bunch of families looking for answers, and they probably, would have to go through what you had to go through, to strive to get some type of piece of an answer.
Yes.
So I wanted to go over this, and I want y'all to chime in too as we go over this, and because you're a little bit more aware. I know, you'll be a more attentive when it comes to, the Havelock, the New Bern area. You're a little bit more aware. So we're just gonna go over this real quick. I'm not gonna, cause I really really, to be honest with you, I feel as if this was a little too long. Not this, just the incident itself was a little too long, especially when you caught the incident
It is.
as quick as you
I
caught
have
the
reached,
incident.
but I have reached out to people, even the NAACP, different people, just to get him some type of justice because everything was done on wrong on all levels, like he said. There was no traffic stop. My son was not in a traffic stop. They went in that hotel and bought him out and did the things they did to him.
Right. So
No lights were on at all.
already lying on a report wasn't a traffic stop according to the lawsuit complaint and all of this stuff. So there was a negligence done before he even got to the New Bern jail. So we have to separate. So was this the Havelock police that handled the situation, or was this the New Bern police?
The Havelock people is the one that came and took him from the hotel.
Okay, so we're dealing with Havelock, North Carolina police that's in question, and we're also dealing with the New Bern County Jail,
Which is sheriff's.
which is the sheriff's division that is also in question.
That's
All
right.
So I wanted to make sure I do that before we get to diving into this lawsuit, right? So this right here, talking about the estate and things of the nature of Travis Morris. So this right here is saying Sheriff Fred Hughes III. Have you ever heard that name before?
I have, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have Sheriff Fred Hughes III. We also have Sergeant Terrence. So that's the one that you spoke to at the jail?
Yes.
Okay. We're just making sure that we
Yeah.
follow.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Corporal Thomas Michael Burchett II. Have you guys heard of him?
I've heard the name, yes.
Question. Are these the officers that was actually involved with the traffic or the so-called traffic stop?
No.
Okay.
Those were the officers that were all at the jail.
Okay. So
all the ones that neglected him.
Okay. So it goes on to say also Officer Jeffrey Daniels Schlecky. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. There's also Officer Kathleen Kemp Gordon.
I've heard of the Gordon. I'm not too familiar with the one prior.
And we also have Officer Earl Webb Temple III. Have y'all?
I didn't know none of them by names, but I seen all of them in the videos.
Alright, and these are the individual officers, and they do go into detail, guys. The reason why we are not posting right now, right, because we have to make sure that the lawyer is okay with this. This is still a proceeding that's ongoing. It is already okay for us to put this out here as far as it being public knowledge, what we're bringing to you now. But with the legalities and things, with the lawsuit, we won't go into details with the lawsuit. But we do want the individuals to know who is involved when it comes to the lawsuit, who's the lawsuit against.
Yes.
So this lawsuit does go on and gives detailed messaging, and when I seen it, Auntie, I'm just gonna be honest with you that I don't care too much to see that no more. Right? Because the details of what it is when it comes to the lawsuit. This lawsuit is definitely letting you know that a negligence occurred and cost somebody their life that were very close to us.
Right.
And, that brings me to you. This is Lil Trey. We call him Lil Trey, but this is Travis Morris Jr. right here. And I just want to be clear right here. This is like a nephew to me. Always been a bright spot when I've seen him. From them, with the proceedings and things, how grandma is striving to get justice for your dad. How do you feel? And what's going through your mind?
I truly feel like
Right.
I feel that something will truly be done. I feel like justice truly will be seen.
Right.
We will find what we're looking for in this situation, or at least what will have us at least satisfied to some extent.
Right. I know it's been a little tough for you, You know, and I know you know that because your dad was very big on that, especially to always make sure that his family, we can't for years and years and years treat you coming into your own yourself now. At your age right now, how do you cope with those type of things? What is it that you can?
The ones that you got, like really cherish the ones you got, like love them for what they do for you, really be appreciate, and just really appreciate it. Don't take it for granted. Give them their roses while they still with you.
Because and we talking about Yolanda right now. You became a hero. Slowly after grandma, mom, after they succumb to others that's going through, because it's a lot of mothers. It's a lot of mothers out here that's going through something similar.
Well, first of all, I found the mothers that lost their kids before me to be very, very good in helping me cope.
Right.
Because when it came to my child, I didn't hold him. I didn't let no wrongdoings and stuff like that go on. I always spoke to him truth from heart.
Right.
To lose to lose him, it's hard.
Right.
I thought losing my nephew, which is my slash brother, because my mom raised him, I thought that was the hardest thing in the world. But losing my to watch him in a video not even be disrespectful shows his upbringing. To not be cursing, to not be talking to these people in a disrespectful way. Y'all got kids out here. He was a good father. He was a loving son, brother, nephew. Everybody loved him. I got friends that. So if you got your kids out here doing wrong, don't lose them. How it feels to lose a child. It's no comparison. It's no comparison to losing your mother, losing a child. It's a total devastation because he's very vocal that night. He said what was going on. He said it was a lie. And to know that they don't even have a footage of stopping him in a traffic stop hurt so bad because he wasn't bothering them. He wasn't bothering them. To put him in the car and then take him out with handcuffs and beat him, that was devastating. I screamed. Because I couldn't help him. I just wanted to be there to help him. I just wanted to be there to help my baby.
I know it's been hard, Auntie. We all, for one, was shocked. It was definitely a shock value. I think when I got the phone call myself, I can't really remember everything in all detail, but I do know that it went blank long enough for me to be like, I know y'all just joking. I know I said something like that at first around that aspect, like you joking. Y'all need to quit playing like that or something to that aspect. And then they hear Yazzie voice uh, that actually hear her say, "My dad is gone," is when I started trying to call around like everybody. Like I was stuck for a little bit. Uh, like I said before, the relationship that Trey and all of us had was a relationship not of cousins but of brother. And you know, to grow up with them, to see it was the shock factor for me. Uh, I think we tried to reach out to you at one point in time. I don't know who I was trying to call everybody that I could call. We ended up getting with he started letting us know, some of the little tidbits and things that was Trey would never in a position unless they got him in there. And then they got him in there. I've never seen my cousin, have an aspect of where he put himself in our hearts. We knew. But if you do not know about that, if there is nothing done at all, then the behavior continues to go on
Right.
with no retribution.
Right.
With them feeling as if they on top of the world to be able to never give you the answers and things. See, Andrew Brown Jr., you know that he a lot of money, no amount of money, you know what I'm saying, could bring your loved one back is what the message is. And we want to thank y'all. Miss Keisha, if it's anything, let's go down the line right now. But we'll start with you. Um, what is it that you?
Great. He was great. Yolanda and Shalana did a good job raising her. Even a great best friend through art. His son's medical attention, and to be against the law to just put people in these cells and lock the door and assume that everything's going to be okay in the morning. That's unacceptable, and I would like something.
Appreciate him in ways. Made sure I knew a lot before ahead of time. To make sure I knew how to handle those situations when they came. You always, you always spoiled us.
It's not. Don't take that in a bad way. It's hard looking at you.
Never had no hard problems raising him. The only problem I ever had with Trey was I first moved to Norfolk as a single parent. Girl used to let him spend the night. My only problem. But when I showed him these tears in my face, he didn't stay another night.
Oh yeah.
Because he cared about how I felt.
Right.
And that's why I'm not gonna stop till he get justice.
Right.
I'm not going to stop him now to remain strong enough to walk through this.
Right.
Because I'm a officers and the sheriffs that had a part in this, I want them brought to justice.
Oh yeah.
I want them on December 16, 2020, something dreadful has happened, is what they said. Because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. So much wrongdoings.
Right.
I want to leave y'all with this one thought. If someone lies about one thing, that changed one thing. They claim he swallowed drugs, but they don't have no footage.
Right.
They don't have no footage of none of that. So I just want to leave that thought with you parents that's watching. It changes the narrative of the story. You cannot tell me that my son did X, Y, and Z after you done lied the first time. And that's all I gotta say.
All right. So, what we're gonna do? So what we're gonna do, y'all? We're gonna be bringing you guys more updates because now that you guys are privy to the fact that there is a lawsuit going on. Now, we also want to make sure that we put out. We do apologize for the connection, guys. It's just in the area where we are at right now. Connection was not that good, right? But of course, because we was already here, we had to make sure that we can get this information out to you guys. So, once more, guys, this is Soul with Soul Catching News. Please make sure that you guys share these live coverages. Once more, we apologize for the interruptions on this particular stream. Maybe when we end this live, you can look back at it and it'll go through in its entirety. But of course, you guys can follow us also on our YouTube channel, Soul Catching News. The interview was also conducted on that page as well. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend about Soul Catching News here. We are working for you, the people.
Peace and blessings, everyone.
All of the people. Peace and blessings to everybody, guys. We are going to see you guys when we see you.